Good morning. My name is Christian Puerto, and I am an equal opportunity specialist. Today, we'll be discussing the Army's policy on the military service of transgender persons and persons with gender dysphoria. On January 25th, 2021, President Biden signed an executive order enabling all qualified Americans to serve their country, as long as they meet the qualifications required to serve. This training will cover the recent changes to policies concerning in-service transition for transgender service members and the accession of transgender applicants. Specifically, this training covers the relevant DoD and Army directives, some key terminology, and the procedures for a soldier to request and execute an in-service gender transition. The bottom line is that the Army now allows for the open service of all transgender soldiers. The medical finding that a soldier requires gender transition while in the Army is now no longer a basis for administrative separation. Treating soldiers differently based solely upon their gender identity or their desire to transition genders is now prohibited by the DoD and the Department of Defense Equal Opportunity policies. Commanders are expected, as always, to treat every soldier with dignity and respect, and balance the medical, psychological, and emotional needs of their soldiers under their care with the operational demands expected of their unit. This is nothing new, and nothing has changed in that respect. For in-service transition, the primary triggering event is a diagnosis of gender dysphoria from a military medical provider and the medical finding that some form of gender transition is medically necessary. One of the most important terms to understand is gender transition. Some may think gender transition as synonymous with the concept of gender reassignment surgery, which can be one treatment option for transgender soldiers. However, for the purposes of Army policies related to the military service of transgender soldiers, gender transition is a broader administrative term. Gender transition describes the process, medical treatment plan, and timeline for a soldier who has received the appropriate medical diagnosis from a military medical provider that gender transition is medically necessary. All service members are entitled to equal opportunity in an environment free from harassment, including sexual harassment and unlawful discrimination based on the basis of race, color, national origin, religion, sex, gender identity, or sexual orientation. The Department of the Army and the United States Coast Guard provide equal opportunity to all service members in an environment free from harassment and discrimination on the basis of race, color, national origin, religion, sex, gender identity, or sexual orientation, pursuant to the Department of Defense Instruction 1350.02. The chain of command is the primary channel to identify and correct unlawful discriminatory practices, process and resolve complaints through the equal opportunity complaint process of harassment and unlawful discrimination to include sexual harassment, ensure equal opportunity matters are taken seriously and acted on as necessary. Commanders and soldiers must foster and maintain a positive command climate. A positive command climate is an environment free from personal, social, or institutional barriers that prevent soldiers from rising to the highest level of responsibility possible. The roles and responsibilities are as follows. The applicant initiates the application and meets the accession standards. Transgender soldiers initiate the process, maintain individual readiness, and meets Army standards throughout the transition process. Military medical providers provide diagnosis and develop and confirm a treatment plan. The commander maintains unit readiness, supports the soldier, and approves timing of medical treatment plans, and approves the gender marker change upon submission of the completed request. The chaplain provides professional advice and counsel to commanders on religious, moral, and ethical issues. The Inspector General provides impartial, objective, and unbiased advice and oversight to commanders through relevant, timely, and thorough assistance and investigations. The legal advisor advises their commanders on privacy, modesty accommodations, the military equal opportunity program, safety analysis, as well as exceptions to policy and operational concerns. Legal assistance advises soldiers by fielding questions and assisting with the legal aspects of this policy in a legal assistance function. This slide provides further guidance on the responsibilities of a transitioning soldier. It is important to highlight that the transitional soldier will use the building, bathroom, and shower facilities associated with the gender marker in tiers. Soldiers who identify as transgender should seek assistance from the military medical provider. Reserve soldiers with a civilian diagnosis must have to get validation from a military provider. We will now go over 7 different vignettes that should help you understand the new policy. Feel free to pause the video and read each slide thoroughly. A soldier in your unit tells everyone that although she was born a female, she identifies as a male. She explains that she's beginning the process of transitioning from female to male. As always, our responsibilities are to treat every soldier with dignity and respect, and to understand that the Department of the Army, the Department of Defense, and the Department of the Army now allow transgender soldiers to serve openly. In our second vignette, a soldier unit is transitioning from male to female. As part of the medical treatment plan, the soldier dresses as a female, a real-life experience of duty. You were not aware that the soldier is transitioning to a female. You see the soldier in a bar wearing a dress and makeup. As always, our responsibilities are to treat every soldier with dignity and respect, as well as to respect the privacy of our peers. A soldier can also do a real-life experience while in uniform with the appropriate exception to policy. In our third vignette, a soldier in your unit is transitioning from male to female. As part of the treatment plan, the soldier is taking cross-hormone therapy and voice therapy. About 4 months into the medical treatment, the soldier body and voice begins to visibly change. As always, our responsibilities are to treat every soldier with dignity and respect, and to also intervene if we witness any soldiers harassing or bullying the transgender soldiers. Remember, treat every soldier as you would like to be treated. In our fourth vignette, following his transition from female to male and gender marker change in the ears, a transgender soldier begins using male barracks, bathroom, and shower facilities. Because he did not undergo a surgical change, the soldier still has female genitalia. As always, our responsibilities are to treat everybody with dignity and respect. Understand that all soldiers must use the barracks, bathroom, and shower facilities associated with their gender marker in the ears. All soldiers should be respectful of the privacy and modesty concerns of others. However, transgender soldiers are not required or expected to modify or adjust their behavior based on the fact that they do not match with other soldiers. In our fourth vignette, a soldier approaches their commander and requests the commander direct all soldiers in the unit to address them and use the pronouns common to their self-identified gender without completing the gender marker change in the ears. As always, our responsibilities are to treat every soldier with dignity and respect. However, in this scenario, we must inform the soldier that the Army recognizes a soldier genders based on the soldier gender marker in the ears. There are other options that the commander could use, such as ensuring that all soldiers are addressed by rank and their last name. In our sixth vignette, a soldier in formation approaches you and states that she can no longer tolerate her roommate, who is a transgender soldier. She puts in a request to be reassigned to another room. You also learn the soldier and her roommate are making derogatory comments about each other. The behavior has become so disrupted that the entire unit and others are starting to complain. As always, commanders are responsible for the collective morale, welfare, good order, and discipline of their unit, for the command climate, and for ensuring that all members of the command are treated with dignity and respect. In our final vignette, a soldier is a member of the reserve component and does not have access to a military medical provider. She is transitioning to male and has changed both her birth certificate and driver's license to male. The soldier wants to be considered as a male by the Army. All reserve component service members have the responsibility to maintain their health and fitness, meet readiness requirements, and report to their senior command any medical readiness issues. The soldier must submit civilian medical documentation that supports the diagnosis of gender dysphoria, accompanied by a projected schedule for medical treatment, with an estimated date for a change in the soldier's gender marker and a request to the commander approve the timing of the medical treatment. The commander will validate any civilian diagnosis with the medical provider and consult the Central Service Coordination Cell prior to approval. The final slides provide some key terms and terminology to help us understand the policy better. And the final key roles and responsibilities is that the Army Service Central Coordination Cell serves as the source, as a resource for our commanders, and is comprised of medical, legal, and military personnel experts. And they process the requests for exceptions to policy and medical waivers. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Hope you learned something.